Hello everyone, and welcome back to Let's Play Breath of Fire 2. Last episode, we cleared the cobwebs from the Gandalf the Elder Tree's mind. Unfortunately, it was too late because he forgot most things anyway. Before we talk too much about that, these Gallop guys are sort of dangerous for being really fast and having decent melee attacks. So what I like to do is I get normal formation because Ryu can take a few hits, and I also have Aspara cast slow on them. It's not guaranteed to work, but their magic defense is low enough to where it'll generally work. So, like right there, now I can safely finish them off because they don't have a lot of HP either. That's about the most dangerous enemy you find here, but anyways, we have to find some guys to help us down south, and oh my gosh, not again! How many side trips are we gonna have to take in this game, Skyzo?
I have no idea.
Well, another fetch quest. Fortunately, I learned warp and also exit in the Queen's stomach. Long story there. So, we're gonna warp to Capitan and see if we can clear out some of that fog.
Well, the fog wasn't even that hard to see through anyway.
Like, what was that random NPC doing there, too? Like, was he the same exposition bot we met in Melodia?
No, that's just the developer of the game poking fun at you. The head developer.
Yeah. You know, Breath of Fire 2, at least it's upfront about its shortcomings. Like, developers realized they were too vague. They'll just say, oh, we'll put a guy here to just tell you where you need to go next and say, well, glad I could help you out.
Yeah, so what I was thinking about before recording was like in the meeting room for this game, like when they were discussing like what this game should be, like somebody, like I don't know, like one of the interns suggested it would be like, let's have this game be like over 100 hours of content. Like no other game has done this, right? And so this is what they came up with.
Yeah, I think Superman 64 was like that too. Now, there's a lot of optional treasure in this leg of the dungeon, but none of it is stuff we need, so we're just gonna give that a miss. And yeah, we have a timer. If it hits 0, it's game over, but you have more than enough time to get through everything, so don't even worry about it. Do worry about that guts pill, though, because we want to make some more gold bricks in the future, and that'll help us get there. Now, these ammonite squids are yet another enemy that's supposed to be immune to magic, and Tidaliasai are just like they're weak to thunder, but have a lot of HP, so here's how we deal with them. Give them a good whack and use a thunder rod, and there you go. Punched through their magic defense.
That's very nice. And I actually didn't expect the timer to continue in battle. That's not something that I've seen before, I don't think.
Indeed. Pretty neat touch, huh?
Yeah, it's unexpected attention to detail.
Oh yes, I think the ammonite squids have something called Ice Blast if you let them live for too long. It's another one of those enemies that don't have a high chance of hurting you real bad, but they can. And fortunately, we have something to mitigate that, the ice equipment, for either Ryu or Sten. Yeah, look at that defense. Look at how much buffer they are.
It's a lot of defense. I feel like pretty much no enemy can punch through that.
There are a few, but they are a lot bulkier. And of course, we've also got the North, or Norse Dagger for Sten. That attacks ice weaknesses, so that's something we're gonna take advantage of in the near future. Speaking of weaknesses, these guys, they aren't weak to lightning, but they are weak to fire. And we've got a few extra rods, so we're gonna burn a thunder rod so Sten can finish off the rest of these guys. I think they have another dangerous spell. I'll list their moves in the description, but once again, not too much of a problem if you can just kill them before they can move.
Well, they sure do look horrifying.
Oh, here's one of my other favorite characters, Spoona. You remember how I mentioned there being 2 mandatory shamans?
Yeah, this is the second one.
Yep, it's the second one. Spoona the Wind Shaman. She amplifies your speed. But more to the point, you put fire and wind together and it can create some pretty devastating effects, don't you think, Skyzo?
I do, and this is a bizarre room that she's in. Like, it has no windows, there's like only one entrance, and she presumably breathes air, so how did she get here?
Well, she did teleport, right?
Yeah, but, like, who built that room? That's strange.
I wonder if there was supposed to be a boss in there originally.
You know, that's a good point.
It does seem kinda empty, didn't it?
Yeah, there's like nothing in it, it's not furnished or anything. It's almost like a prison.
Well, moving on from that thought, we have the town of Guntz. We are going to restock on a lot of items here, and... Oh yes, so, we have an alloy shield to buy for Rand. That's gonna ratchet up his defense, very important for a solo fight coming up with him. And we're also gonna go on another massive shopping spree. I think we're gonna purchase some irresponsible amount of thunder rods, like 38? Because this is the point where we can finally conveniently cook a bunch of hardtacks or biscuits. Very important for the end game, and now we have warp to go along with it.
Well, that's convenient.
Indeed. Oh yes, and a few more fire spices and shaved ices as well. Now let's see, what do I get? Alright, 8 of those, 8 of those. Oh, I see. Okay, so I buy a bunch of items and then deposit a bunch of items. Then I use the thunder rods. And also cook up a few restoratives from the vitamins, because those will also be critical for Rand's solo fight later on.
Right, that's fair enough.
Yeah, because those restore all of your HP. Nothing else is gonna top off Rand like those do, and here we go! Bunch of thunder rods, or frisbees as they were called in the original translation.
Frisbees of all things.
Yep, frisbees. There's Kalashnikov, someone you could recruit for Township if you were taking advantage of that. I am not. And hey, here's an important character, Geeky Cop.
Wow, he's so important we can't even see him.
Yep. I also like the dialogue prompt that they have there. That wasn't really a dialogue prompt, it was just her being really weird.
Yeah, like, I have no idea why this character isn't, like, showing.
She's a hidden character. I mean, we don't even know if she's real or anything.
Yeah, it kind of looks like we're talking to the wall, so maybe she's not real.
Anyways, the thing of it with Geeky Cup is that she's one of the characters that unlocks the good ending of this game, because there's this well in Township. I think I showed off the well before. You have to visit that well, and it has one of those emotion-powered machines, just like in High Fort. That's, let's just say it comes into play later, and, leave it at that. And you have to talk to her at some point to get it working.
That's very strange. So if you don't talk to the wall, you can't get a good ending, it seems.
Correct. You get more of a bittersweet ending, which I will show off in addition to the best one. And the bad one. There are 3 different endings to this game.
Right.
Alright, but for now, let us... Oh yes, I get another fire spice here, if I remember correctly. Yup. And then we're gonna cook all of those frisbees into hardtacks. Not that I'm gonna show all that off on screen, of course. No, I'm skipping past most of it. Except for this nice little bonus where we get another fast food from 2 of them. The hardtacks require 4 thunder rods, and we didn't have enough for an even multiple of 4, so we bought 2 extra, because why not?
I like how they can just cook this kind of thing, like it was just regular food, like vegetables, when it's like lightning, like as an ingredient, essentially.
I mean, what's lightning except for concentrated heat and all that in one place?
No, you know what? That's true.
Alright, Skyzo, you ready for something I've been waiting for the whole game for? The greatest fusion you ever saw?
Let's see it.
Let's pump up that crazy music! Yeah.
A Sten fusion, that's gonna be interesting.
Yep. Oh yeah! Say hello to Genie Sten!
I can only imagine how powerful he is.
You don't have to imagine. Check out his stats. Over 200 attack, 137 vigor, enough AP to cast Fire Blast 5 times. And if you compare him to Lean coming up, yeah, she is slower than Super Sten. He is faster than Lean, and his attack just dwarfs Ryu's completely. And of course there's Aspara's stats just for completeness' sake, but even in just stats, Genie Sten is godly strong. But the thing that really makes him busted is a little ability he gets called Switch. And you're gonna see that in just a few minutes. It's pretty stupid.
Oh, that was amazing. I mean, he kind of seems like the Mewtwo of this game.
I think that would still be decent, I think. Definitely a contender, though. Because the thing is, Sten can drop out of Genie form if he takes too much damage, and then I have to walk all the way back to Township to re-establish that, so that's the big drawback.
Oh, that's true. I forgot about that. I thought you could just stay like that forever. That's a shame.
And unfortunately, it can be done by certain cutscenes, too. It's weird.
Yeah, you talked about that. That's one of the drawbacks of these fusions.
Yes, which is why I haven't been taking advantage of them much until now. It's just Genie Sten is so completely broken that he's still worth working around anyway. And you're gonna see why coming up right now. You see these 2 burner orcs? They have something like 300 HP, they can counter your attacks, they have fire breath. They are just an all-around nightmare to try to beat up. I mean, I can one-shot one with a Frost Whelp, but that still leaves the other that I have to deal with. So, I'm not going to deal with them. I'm going to switch into something easier. And then I'm going to show off another random encounter, because we just can.
Oh wow. So you can just switch to like anything, there's no limitations to that.
That's right. Except in boss fights.
That's insane. Like, essentially at this point, random encounters are just a non-factor.
Yeah, kind of. Now, there's interesting stuff to show off, though, at the very least. For example, this Cyclops, he's one of the few enemies that can actually get up to the damage cap, because his natural attack is that high, and he just doubled his own attack power. The thing of it is, he also has no magic resistance, so what I did was first I cast the slow spell on him, and then I'm gonna have Aspara use Paralyze again and again, and that will keep freezing him for 1 to 2 turns, so I can just whittle him down.
Wow, so this guy is like the ultimate, like, glass cannon of this game.
Something like that. Like he does have the touch of death, it's just, he kinda has a hard time touching you know what I mean?
Yeah, since you can slow him down. I mean, fortunately, he's so big, you can only have one at a time.
Exactly. But he shows up in the endgame dungeon for an idea of just how powerful he normally is. He's a rare encounter here. I just forced him to show up with switch shenanigans and all that.
Very interesting. It's kind of like, it reminds me of Metronome from Pokemon.
Because the effects are essentially random, or the random encounters are random? That was redundant.
Well, Metronome, I mean, you can do anything with Metronome, like, it's every move, right? So, you can unleash like a one-hit KO attack with like 100 accuracy, so it kind of reminds me of that as well.
Yeah. Now, back to this town. These guys sure do look like Rand, don't they?
This is probably his place of origin.
It probably is. And it looks like he's back after a long time of chasing excitement in the city. I wonder who's waiting for him back here.
Probably his family.
Well, Grandma Daisy, her only son left for the city, that's probably Rand if I'm genre savvy enough.
Do you think that maybe he's alone?
Perhaps. We shall simply have to see next time on Breath of Fire 2. Do not enter that house yet, it will trigger a cutscene, and I want to take a break before tackling that bit of plot. Join me next time to see how that all unfolds. This has been Fiona Day Questers signing out. Have a nice day and God bless you all.
Alright, I'll catch you later, YouTube.
Bye!